Hello, Twitchland.
Hello, howdy doody.
Hey there.
Twitchland and YouTube land.
I guess you two are going to talk about how great your weekend was and how much food you ate and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I ate food maybe. I don't remember any food.
How's the hangover?
He forgot the
Oh,
entire
dude.
weekend.
I stopped drinking on Friday and I still feel it.
Oh, that's old age. Old age.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you on the podcast for sure.
It's a shout.
Right.
Got it.
There you
Damn near.
Oh, do you know what? I should have posted that on.
Self-promo.
Oh, tough. I should have posted that on Facebook. On the Facebook. Photos. Done. Was it Twitch? TV/.
I zoomed in my camera a little to try to feel like I had a big face like the rest of you.
I don't know how to do that.
I mean, I did it through OBS, not through my actual camera. So
I was gonna say I have to like move the tripod and nah.
I'm assuming my desk, everything's just set back way further.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
desk is only about 24 inches wide. It's a dumb Pottery Barn desk that we paid way too much money for.
Pottery Barn? Oh
Like-
my god, you're so friends.
Shut up, Bear.
Like my elbows are on my desk, and then they extend all the way down to over to my keyboard.
Every time I try to ban my wife
Hey,
from
what's up, Trey?
shopping there, we get something new. So
What
I
up,
just stopped.
Trey?
What up, Trey?
What up?
Oh, it's better.
How's your vacay going, man? I can't read chat. I'm not in there yet.
He hasn't answered you. I'll let you know.
Weird. Yeah, there's like a 10 or 15 second delay, I think.
Thanks a lot, Twitch.
I'm surprised they haven't fixed that.
They don't need to at this point.
Well,
They don't care.
Nah, they're good. They're like, nope, I think we'll be just fine.
One streaming service to rule them all. What's going on, Yuva? What are we talking about today?
Games.
You want some spoilers? We're going to talk a little bit of Batman, a little bit of Raft, some Night Call, and then we got some fun stuff in the news, some Fallout news.
You got
some
emote thanks to
upcoming events, that kind of stuff.
Hey!
Hey, resub, Chaotic, thanks, buddy. Early night,
Hey,
yeah. I had the day off,
bitch.
so we could start a little bit earlier, which is nice.
All right.
Great.
I shared it with all the people I know.
10 months. We are early tonight. I think someone wants to play
Chocolate
some games. But yeah,
I just want to not feel rushed to edit the dumb thing.
are you preparing yourself for once?
Kind of. I mean, not really. I'm gonna be honest. That my first hour that I put out this morning, finished recording at 1:15 in the morning and finished exporting out of my program at like 2:15. So, no, I'm definitely not planning ahead at all. That whole thing was done 8 hours before I was supposed to put it out. So, balls, my mic, hold up. Chocolate, how do you have so many issues? Is it because he's old? Do you think he just muted himself somehow on accident?
Who knows, dude? He needs a grandkid there to help him out.
He needs his kids to just
Grandpa,
grow up a little
dude, yes.
faster. Boomer Bear. Boomer Bear 80.
Oh, boy.
Do you think he's taking any steps to fix this right now? Or he's just chatting in chat?
I don't have any idea what he's doing.
Now it looks like he's singing.
Chocolate, you're on mute if you didn't know. Can you hear us?
Just unplug your mic and plug it back in. This is why we have a pre-show before the real show.
Maybe he muted the world again.
We are early, Rocker. Rocker, you do you've streamed things before in your life and whatnot. I have a question. My sounds from my stream deck, if you're familiar, when we're not live streaming and they're in OBS, they're at like the perfect audio level, but as soon as we're live and I click one of the stupid things, they're super quiet. I don't know why. I can play you some sounds right now. Here's the news jingle. Normally comes out a normal volume.
Chocolate's definitely off mute now because he's pounding on the keyboard.
I'm back.
There he is.
See, so you probably can't even hear that news track that I just played because it's so quiet, and I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Well, you wouldn't hear it unless you have your Twitch volume on.
Or didn't.
Well, then you definitely wouldn't hear it. You heard it, Chaotic, but wasn't it super quiet? No, I'm not using a mixer. I know you guys can hear it. I'm just asking if it's super quiet, because on my end, it comes out super quiet. Yeah, it was. Okay. And when I watch the VODs, it's just all... Like, the individual scenes that have music, like, hard-coded into them, those come out at a normal sound, but I don't know.
But then is your audio coming through your desktop?
Yeah, everything is.
Oh, okay, then that's my technical ability done and dusted. I am out.
Yeah. So it's quieter, and I can't, like, I literally can't turn it up anymore through the Stream Deck app. So I have no idea. I'll have to figure it out. But it's just awkward when it's like, and let's go to the news, and then I hit it, and I just know it's super quiet. And then we're all just standing there, like, looking at nothing. Whatever. Try to get it sorted for next week, but
Lord, I need a haircut.
You'll have some quiet sounds. Is that pre-COVID hair still?
Yeah, dude.
This way.
Luscious. Magnificent beast.
Oh, look at that.
There goes his headphones.
Shaking the earbuds out of my head.
Chocolate, instead of going for the double chin look, why don't you just, like, pop up your camera like an extra foot so it's like eye level with you instead of like laying it on the floor and looking up at you.
Might make your patch a little better too. Just
saying. Do you know what? You two are absolute. I'm gonna mute myself.
What virtual mixer do you use? Do you mind DMing me that in a Discord, Rocker? I used one for a while called... Can I not see the name of it without... Jingle Palette was the name of it, but...
Uh-oh.
What is this? There you go, Rocker. Life goals. I'll DM you later about it, though. Maybe you can help me out.
There's new loot available.
The Stream Deck's dope, though. I like being able to click everything, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
To find me an Elgato for not $180.
I'll sell you one.
Oh. I was going to try and get 5K during the recording, but teeny bit early to...
I don't know. I'd like to get one that I can put in my computer. So I've got the HD60.
Yeah, that's what I want, too. It's just one to install inside.
I don't have that, then, to sell you. Sorry.
Sure. What do you have, the Plus or the...
I have the HD60, so like the...
HD60.
It's a few years old at this point.
Yeah, but it's still enough to do 1080p, which is what anybody streams.
It does 1080-30, so
okay.
It can only do 30.
This camera does.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's what my webcam does as well. So.
That's all you really need to stream.
Yep.
But if you're trying to capture 60 frames, will it stutter on the capture card?
I don't even think it can.
No.
I think it just... I don't know how it works. I just know that someone told me that it would be better if I spend more money, so I should just probably spend more money and get one that's better.
It's always better to spend more money, surely.
Get a 4K capture card.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Rocker, Maneater's a ton of fun. I'm glad you're playing it. It won't take you long to beat it. Yeah. It won't take you long to get your 1,000 on that one.
Which one?
Maneater.
Game.
I still need to play that. So
Well, you need to get on Rocker's podcast when they're live, and you can win yourself a code.
I know, but I think when they record, it's probably 2 my time, maybe 1.
Is the Elgato Wave the mic?
Yeah, might be getting that. when I get my lights and my green screen.
All from Elgato? Are you sponsored or something? Or you've just got thousands and thousands of dollars of disposable income that you can throw at Elgato?
Well, I'm hoping that, the more I give them, at some point they might give me something back. At the moment, it's just receipts. That's all they give me. Well,
are you part of a rewards program or anything? Because I'm pretty sure that's the only way you're going to get something back.
I don't even think I'm going to get that back. So yeah, it would be nice, but yeah, it's not going to happen.
Oh, good lord! The Go XLR is $500, Rocker.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Is that the full one or the mini? Have you looked at the mini?
I don't know.
That's probably for like footage from like GoPros and stuff.
Mixer. It's a mixer amp.
It's a mix amp, yeah.
Oh, mix amp. Got you.
Oh, God. So bad.
Yeah, crap.
Nailed it.
He'll change his name so quick.
Yep.
Give me something free. What do you want my name to be?
Yep.
Call me whatever you want. Just give me the free stuff.
Sponsor me, please.
All right, where's my sub? It's got to be. Oh, there we go.
I just did mine today.
Oh, that's why we got another. That's we're up to 11.
It's left, it says.
Do you know if we can get 15 subs, we will get an extra emote? 15. So you have to do, I think it's 15 subs at any one time, and you'll get an extra emote.
My sub's available on the 8th.
Yeah, but then that drops us down because obviously yours rolls over. So then we go back up to what we're on. So I'll wait till I finish work, and then I might drop a few freebies.
Sweet.
Push it real good.
No. Should we start this?
Whenever you're ready, Bear.
Time. I'm ready. Oh, wow.
I hadn't drank anything into the microphone yet, so thought I'd give it a go.
Sure.
Did I hear we wanted to start a podcast? Is that what people said?
We're not just catching up. This was just like friends doing a Zoom chat.
Wouldn't that be nice if that was a podcast? Be like, hey, we're going live for an hour. You can talk to us in chat. Otherwise, we're just gonna sit here talking about nothing.
Yeah, we should do that every once in a while.
Let's just talk about Evo being canceled. There we go. Who likes fighting games?
Fighting games.
No one. All right, quick.
Sorry, Trey. I know Trey plays Smash.
That's like, I don't want to say it's not a fighting game because it definitely is. It's super competitive, but it just feels like, I don't know, not because it's like a party fighting game with a bunch of people and like different levels and shit. Doesn't feel like a standard fighting game at all.
For show.
All right. Speaking of faux show, you want to start this show for show?
I'll do my promo.
Start the show for show. Get that paper rip ready. If I put it on my stream deck, it'll be too quiet for you to hear anyways. So hopefully, Moose is on mute.
I got a piece of paper to tear. There's nothing on it, but we'll waste paper for Rocker's sake.
Just to rip it, just for Rocker.
Oh, it should be TP. You should be ripping toilet paper.
That's much quieter.
Dude, they got Charmin back at Costco. Things are looking up.
All right, Chocolate, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and start the recording.
I used to have no friends, but then I joined Cross Atlantic Gaming's Discord. I made so many more friends. I'm so happy now. Can you hear it in my voice? Risky, play the music.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 111 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host, Risky the Kid, and joining me this week, as always, are my co-hosts, Chocolate Bear.
Hello.
And Moose.
What's up, boys?
That was maybe the saddest intro we've ever had on the show.
Yeah, I didn't mentally prepare myself.
Play with those things, right? We still keep letting him do them, too.
It's because he doesn't write anything down. He just riffs right off the top of his head, and then that's when he ends up being like, I don't have any friends. Join me in Discord. Oh, boy. It's going to be a good one.
We're all friends here.
It could have been worse, couldn't it?
You do have friends, Bear. You matter, buddy.
You didn't do it in your creepy voice, so that's...
Well, exactly. I have friends now, Moose, because I joined the Discord, you see. I made friends.
True that.
Before we get into the show, a couple things to go over. We currently have a giveaway running. Yeah, Bear, tell us about it.
So it's simple. It will be in the show notes. Click the link. It's like go to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, etc., etc. You will win $25 or pounds. That's right. We are finally doing cross currency.
Cross Atlantic currency.
Yeah, fake money. Fake money. So yeah, come down, do it, join all those things. You've got, I think, less than a week to join. So do it.
All right, cool. On the YouTube front, we do have what was it? Golf with Friends. We have a Golf with Friends review. That was our Game Pass Roulette challenge for this past month. So I think Chocolate Bear did that review, right? This isn't a chaotic review.
It's not a chaotic review. I did this one, and then it will finally go back to the man, the myth, the legend, Chaotic, and he'll be reviewing our Game Pass Roulette games because you don't want me doing that.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so we're getting on a pretty constant stream of content that's coming out to YouTube. So make sure you guys head over there, youtube.com/crossatlanticgaming. We've got a couple different series. The podcast is always there. We have some reviews. We're just kind of bulking that up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I never lied when I said we've got weekly content. We've just got now even more.
Even more weekly content.
Exactly. That's not just the podcast.
That's true.
Right. And as soon as I find a capture card, I got some ideas too. So
Moose ideas are the best ideas, so stay tuned.
Well, we'll see.
Well,
they look good up here, that's for sure.
We'll watch the pilot episode and then decide if we're gonna cancel it or keep it going. Yeah, all right, cool. Another week in gaming. What have we all been getting into? Let's start with Moose. You got a bunch going on. Let's start with Dirt 4. This is how did this happen? Why are we playing Dirt 4?
I don't know. I started playing it like last week maybe. Just because I needed something that I could, pick up, race for 10, 15 minutes, put down, go separate sisters, stuff like that. And then after I finished another game that we'll talk about in a little bit, I went back to it last night and just started consuming it. So I made it through all the Trophy Truck series last night, which apparently a lot of people have played this game, just not all the way to the ends of any of these race series, because it seems like every time I get the highest class license from any of the different series, it's a diamond achievement.
So no one's playing this game.
Yeah, well, at least end game part, but you should. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a mix between, Forza and Forza Horizons. It's kind of right in the middle. If I play it on medium difficulty, whatever it's set at, when the game starts, and then they kind of judge and tell you if you need to turn it up or down, kind of like Forza does.
So
cool.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's a cool little feature where they do and say, "Oh, you want to test yourself now? Just up that level difficulty,
right,
just slightly."
Yeah, and it's more risk reward. The higher you go, the more credits you earn towards upgrading your cars or upgrading your staff, which gives you better time. I don't know. The staff helps your car upgrades and all sorts of crap. So it's like a RPG inside the game, but I don't really mess with any of that. I just turn on auto and just literally go to all the races. I don't do time trials. I don't do none of that crap. Just give me the races, give me to the finish line, give me my gold medal and my champagne, and let's get to the next one.
So you were talking about the difficulty sliders. If you put it on easy mode, does that make it feel more like an arcadey racer? And then if you put it harder, it's more like simmy with needing to brake around turns and that kind of thing?
I don't know, because I just enjoy racing games. So I just have a habit of tapping, the brake and the gas and kind of using them together. So I'm not sure what's simmy and what's not, but my ass end is sliding around every turn, and I'm just redlining it all the time, and so it's just I'm having a ton of fun with it. But then if you get turned around, you might as well just restart the race because there's no shot at getting back into it.
No catch up mechanic with drifting or anything like that.
Right. But I did actually get a diamond achievement also by accidentally taking a Joker lap twice and still winning the race. So if you guys are
Okay,
familiar
all
with
right.
rally racing, they have like an alternate track that you have to take at least one of the laps to finish the race. And so I accidentally went through it twice. And that just kind of like breaks up the track a little bit so everybody's not just banging doors all the way around the track the whole time because
Makes
nobody
sense,
would
yeah.
finish the race. So it's just kind of a strategy type thing. And I did 2 Joker laps and still ended up winning the race. And I think I turned up the difficulty slider after popping that diamond
I was gonna
achievement.
say
So,
right after that, it was kind of like,
yeah.
oh boy, this might be
Yeah, when
too
you start
easy.
lapping people in these races, then you're like, okay, maybe this is a little easy. But, I'm just trying to get through it too. So,
It's like playing a NASCAR game, just stopping at pit
yeah.
row every lap and still winning the race somehow.
Yeah, exactly. That's like my daughter's like, how come you don't stop or anything? I was like, these races aren't like that. These are just four laps. You just gun it to the end, push people off the road if you have to. But like, you got to be really careful because even if you like pop over one of those little turn chicane things, they'll say that the spotters are reviewing your move to see if you took a shortcut and they'll assess a penalty and you'll go from like first place to 11th. And I did that last night in like the fifth of 6 races in a series, and I literally had to start over in order to erase the blemish record in those series. So it was a little frustrating, but it's like any game I play in sports. I play against the computer, and if I don't crush them, then I start over.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Did you dabble in any online or no?
No, not yet.
Okay,
Just playing through the campaign to get off the backlog.
that's a isn't is Dirt 5 a game or is that coming out? Is that
I
coming out
think it
soon or
is.
something?
Yeah, that's next gen, right? Isn't that what they just showed?
Yeah, I would say I feel like we just got something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last month or month
It looked
before
pretty
last.
good. It looked like, the four, like I said, I think the four is a game we wanted.
Cool.
So I'm stoked for it. Hopefully it comes to Game Pass.
I'm sure it might.
Right? Because what is it? Not Gearbox. Who makes those games?
Who makes
That was
Dirt?
a weird one.
I have no idea. I know that we're getting WRC 8 and
Yeah, for free.
that game with gold right now. So go pick that one up. Cool though. Dirt. You're enjoying it and you plan on knocking it off the backlog.
Yeah, buddy. It's Codemasters that makes it.
Just another one bites the dust.
Just trying to, I made these goals and then somehow I have to achieve them. So
That's true. And they're written at the bottom of our documents so you can check them off the list.
that's
They
right.
are
Kids will see their
lofty
dad
goals.
next summer when it's not COVID season. They
There
see
you
me
go.
plenty anyways.
All right, you good with Dirt?
Yeah.
All right, Chocolate, you're playing some Night Call. I looked at this game and it doesn't seem like it's up your alley. Tell me about it.
You're right. So
Okay.
the art style drew me in. I was like, oh, this looks good, and I thought it was some sort of detective-esque game. And who would have thunk it? Yes, it is a little bit like a detective game, except you're not the detective. And from previous episodes, we know my hatred for visual novels.
And that's
Wow.
exactly what this is.
Oops a daisy. Yeah. So as much as I hate visual novels, I am actually intrigued by this game. I think the story is intriguing. I think the art style, it's got a oh god, I can't think of that movie now that had the black and white
Sin City?
Sin City. It's got that Sin City vibe to it.
That's what it reminded me of. But unlike
yeah.
you, I made sure to watch a trailer first, saw it was a visual novel, and was like, probably not my cup of tea.
Listen, this is about me evolving into a gamer, trying everything at least 4 times and hating it still.
There you go.
But no, I'm actually half enjoying it. It's a little bit repetitive. So as I've said, it is a visual novel as you're going through dialogue options. However, there is a slight twist to it where you have a little bit of kind of point and click in terms of. I haven't even spoken about the story. Should do. You're a taxi driver who almost got murdered. And then you go back to work and somehow a police detective wants you to help her catch the murderer. That's only one of the stories. There's a multiple story that you can choose at the beginning of the game. So I'm doing the judge at the moment.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. I didn't know there was
Yeah.
multiple
So yeah,
stories right off the bat.
I think there is it's 5 or 6 off the top of my head, and each one is progressively harder than the next. And you also have an option of another, like your personality or something like that. Oh, that's a nice thing in chat. Um, yeah, you have something else like a not a multiplier is the wrong word. Like a passive, I suppose, is probably the best way of describing it. Ability. Just like I said, so far the story's drawn me in. The art style I quite dig. I'm going to carry on playing to see what happens because I think I'm a little bit invested. But
Yeah, kind of
some of those,
intrigued by the story.
yeah, but some of those dialogue just go on and on. There's no voice acting.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. That was gonna ask is their voice because that makes a huge difference to whether or not I would be into that kind of game. I think.
yeah, and it's got that LA noir. So as you're your taxi driver, you're asking questions, you're trying to find out more, and it's got that little element of LA noir where you were in the interview room trying to find, snippets of information.
Right. Not like facial animations and that kind of stuff, but like
Yeah.
other clues.
Other
I guess.
other clues to the story, which kind of seems a tiny bit automated. So as you're going through asking these questions, you'll have on the chat box appear, something goes into a folder, and I presume that's your next piece of evidence.
Right.
You've got to, as you're driving around, you've got to fill up for gas, for petrol. You're collecting money as you're doing these fares, which is quite good. You can say no to fares. It's really in depth for the type of game. When you see it, as you've seen it, like on face value, you're like, oh, this is dreadful. But there's so many
something
little,
to it, yeah.
yeah, and it gives it that realism. There will be a review up at some point when or if I complete this story. So I'll do a review on it because I think I don't know, it has something, but I just can't quite put my finger on it yet.
I mean, it's a visual novel that you're interested in continuing to play. I think that says enough in itself, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not. Let's be honest. I'm not trying to do it for achievements, though. I may have just looked and was like, "Do you have easy achievements here?" No. Okay.
So this isn't a Ratalaika game.
It's not. No.
Okay.
Definitely not. But in Game Pass, so
Is this your first week not talking about one of them on the show and how you easily nabbed thousands of gamer score?
Yeah, it is because I've actually compiled a list before the show of how many games I've got sitting that I need to work through, and quite a few of them were like half hour, 45 minutes, and I was like, oh, I haven't got the time to sit there and play one game and then
talking about playing through a whole game in a half hour. It sounds wonderful.
It's great. Listen, it gives me those lovely magic numbers. I've like I said, this month I'm going for 10,000 gamer score, so we'll see how that goes.
Sounds like you're going to knock it out of the park with some of these games.
I'm going to. At one point, I was only, I think, 5 friends below Rorka. Rorka put up, I think, 1,000 quite early. But
he's in chat, and he said it's no blind men. That's the the one you talked about. Weren't you like the son of an evil genius or something?
Yeah,
weird.
That game was trash. I am going to play that Summer of Ushishi or whatever it is from Ratalaika that just came out. That's another.
It's probably not Summer of Ushishi.
It's something about dogs. It's again. It's going to be trash.
Well, hey, at least you know that going into it. That's good. It's open mind, ready to go.
About that one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Night Call. Maybe I will check it out then if you're actually enjoying it, because I like a good story. I'm always down for that, but my favorite way to consume them isn't always visual novels. So
reading it all, yeah. It's worth a punt. Like I said, the worst is going to happen that you at least have to give it half an hour just to see all the mechanics, and then if you're not keen, just flush it.
How many characters are there in the game? I'm wondering why you don't voice act something like this. Like you have the main cab driver who. Well, that would be a voice, but then it's like every person you're talking to, like interviewing, would also need a voice and stuff.
Yeah, there's multiple people you can pick up. I have a feeling
every gold dot a different story.
Yeah, every gold dot's a different story. Well, not a story. It's a different fare.
Okay.
And then also in that you have your petrol or your gas station that you have to get gas for your car. You're driving around. It's set in Paris as well, so it's got that kind
Are you
of.
paying by the liter? Or are you paying by the gallon, Bear?
I think it was litre.
Let's get down to the
that's
important
expensive,
questions here.
Yeah, it's quite funny because as you see your money going as you do a fare, you see your money go up. Obviously, you go to the gas station, you see it go down. It is quite fun. You can pick up snacks. It's great.
Get some snacks, virtual snacks.
Yeah, I mean you don't get to eat them, but
Bag of Doritos.
You don't even get to eat them.
no, you don't even get to choose them.
It's not a
Makes it even
survival game.
worse.
Risky's out.
Yeah,
He just
no Daisy, that's for sure.
just puts them in the glove compartment and you never see him again.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hey, speaking of survival games, you guys want to talk about one?
Oh, well, segue.
Wait.
All right. Let's talk about Raft. Raft is a game that is only on PC. I started playing it this past week with Shopa. It's a survival game, so you're gonna have your meters, you have like a overall health, and then you have your food, and then you have your hydration. So the game starts. It's super heavy with crafting, which you'll see in a lot of survival games. But you start off on a 4x4 raft. So it's just these 4 spots that you're standing on, and then you're just cruising through the ocean where you can't see anything anywhere. But what you do have is this grappling hook. It's like your starting piece of equipment. And what you're going to do is you're going to whip it out into the sea.
You're literally narrating the trailer right now.
Oh, am I? That's really funny. Yeah, so you're going to throw this grappling hook out, and then there's basic materials that are going to be floating. It's like wood planks, palm prawns, and just like plastic. This is the most filthy ocean you could ever navigate through. Like there's just garbage everywhere. And what you're doing is you're hooking it all, and then once you get like enough wood or you get enough plastic, that kind of stuff, you can craft different tools, yada yada yada. Eventually you have things like weapons, because there's constantly this shark who's just going to follow you around, be a dick. He's going to bite onto different parts of your raft, and he's going to break them if you don't like spear him in time. And even just spearing him just kind of knocks him away for a little bit, and he's going to come back. Eventually you can kill him, you can harvest him, cook his meat, all that fun stuff. So you're doing this very basic crafting stuff. You can build, like I said, the crafting aspect of it is very Minecraft on a boat, I want to say. So like I said, you started off with a 4x4, but by the end of it, this thing could be infinitely humongous. You can craft like motors eventually and sails, and it becomes a crafting game, and the survival elements kind of take a back seat eventually, kind of like in DayZ too. Once you hit a certain level, you just always have food, you always have water, and it's not something you really need to worry about. The cool thing about this game, though, which makes it a little bit different from games like DayZ, is there's an actual story. So what happens is eventually, after you're cruising for a long time, and then you craft a transceiver and a satellite out of whatever. And then from there, you get these coordinates, and you end up going to like the first place you run into. If you follow the coordinates, is just this giant tower. It looked like it was an old drilling station or something. And when you get off there, you actually go through all the different rooms and corridors and whatnot, and you're picking up notes from people that used to be there. And what you're trying to do is figure out what happened, like, to the world, like why it's literally all water and then some islands here and there. So you'll pick up story information from stuff like that, and when you hit these new islands on the story info, there'll be new coordinates occasionally, and you can put in those coordinates into your little GPS thing on your boat and sail right to them. And that's kind of that's where we're at right now. I think I'm like 16 hours into this game over a week, so like I put a decent amount of time into it.
Meg was working this weekend, huh?
She sure was. But yeah, so we're kind of like, I don't even know. I don't know if there's like a midway point. I'm assuming because the current update that they're in right now is called Episode 1 or Chapter 1 or something. So I'm assuming there's like an end to this part of the story right now, and then whenever they come out with the new one, there'll be more story stuff put into it. But if you don't want to, because you can kind of just do whatever you want. Like it's Minecraft on a boat. Like if you just want to build a dope mansion that floats around in the water, you can, and you can craft all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what the game is. I do like that the main way, like, because in a normal survival game, you're building an axe and then you're like chopping down a tree to get wood, that kind of stuff. Having the like grappling hook and having to like distance how far you throwing it, having it be like a game in itself is a lot of fun because you can hook like multiple things. It just kind of makes the monotony of needing to get those basic crafting materials just a little less painful, I guess.
You don't become a poon master overnight, you know. You got to throw the hook every, you know.
Moose, if there was a survival game where I need your help,
dude, I know. I'm thinking.
This is it.
What are you playing? This on Steam, right?
It's only on Steam. It's on the Steam summer sale right now for like $12 or something.
Because I'll have to pick it up because we can't share the same.
Because we can't share them because we can't be online at the same time.
Okay.
But
I might have to do that though.
It's pretty fun.
Dying in DayZ every 5 seconds.
Well, that's the other thing is there's no like, so when you do get a death state, which the only times it's happened to me is where I get caught off guard or like fall off the stupid raft while it's like full in the wind, just taking off. Yeah, and then the shark just finds me and it's a couple bites and you're dead. But when that happens, if you're playing with someone else, they have a chance to go get you and then they have to bring you back to a bed, and when they put you down you just kind of heal and then you're good.
Gotcha.
If they can't get to you, what ends up happening is you lose everything that was on your person or everything that was in your backpack, and it doesn't like pop up so you can go get it again. You just like lose it. That's the
gone forever.
Right. And unlike DayZ where you get spawned in some weird random place, you just kind of respawn at your bed on the boat. So it's not it's not as punishing, not by a mile.
It looks quite fun.
It's cool, and it looks awesome. It reminds me of like a Pixar movie or something. Like it's definitely cartoony, but
it's got more of the Fortnite animation style to it.
Yeah, yep, and yeah, we're having fun with it so far. It's a good. I think you can actually play with 4 people, but it's just funny when we've both spawned into it for the first time, and it starts you with this tiny 4x4 little island where you're like, there's no room to like move, so just immediately you're huddled up on this stupid thing, and you can have a friendly fire on or off. So when you first start and you end up hitting somebody with a spear, it's like, you know, there's just not enough room here. We're gonna have to build this thing up.
But I assume with you being almost 20 hours deep, you've got a booze cruise type party barge at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's got a second floor. We just installed
floor, J table, all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, dude.
We actually do have a table with a radio on it right now, and if you click it, it does play different music, so we're close.
Perfect.
And it's up on the second floor overlooking the rest of the boat, so we're halfway there.
Exactly.
But yeah, so one of the first story islands we went into, we got like schematics for a steering wheel and an engine, and once you do that, you don't have to rely on wind. You can literally just go wherever you want, because if you fill up the engine with wood, you can kind of just navigate to wherever, because at that point you're just driving a boat. So you definitely get that nice progression where you think back 16 hours ago and you think about how you had like a 4x4 raft, and now it's like 50x50, has 2 floors, has an engine, and it's cool. It's unlike DayZ where you get murdered and then you're just naked on a beach with some rags and a piece of fruit in your inventory. So
what happens once you finish then and load out and then load back in a few days later? Where does your raft go, or it just kind of cuts you dead there and then?
So because it's not like online at all, besides just the co-op aspect, it just stops. Like if I leave, I'm the host of the server. If I leave the server, it just shuts everything down.
So it takes whoever else is in there too.
Right. So yeah, you don't really lose. It doesn't like keep going, or your base isn't. You don't have to worry about your base getting attacked or anything dumb like that. It's definitely a more mellow survival game for sure. And if you're hopping in like mid game, like if you were to hop in Moose, it's like we'd have food and stuff, so you wouldn't even have to worry about that kind of thing. You just kind of would be there
for me to come in,
helping out, doing stuff. Yeah, right. It's like when you would hop into Sea of Thieves right after we beat a skull for it, just to help us turn in the loot.
I got so much gold, dude.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and they have I think their next big update they're trying to push out for beginning of fall or something like that. So the last one was in February, so that was a long time ago. But me hopping in new, obviously, I'm just kind of hitting everything that was already there. So yeah, that's Raft though. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check it out with you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go back to Moose. Batman Return to Arkham. This is Arkham Asylum. Oh,
Yep.
Is it the collection?
I have the collection, but yeah, this is the remaster.
You're playing Arkham Asylum, so this is the remaster. Nice.
Correct.
So this is your first time through these games?
I think I played Arkham Asylum when it first came out on the 360, but never finished it.
Okay.
So I was like, when I turned it on, the progress was like 40%. And this just shows how much I've grown as a gamer. I was at a part in this game like a year and a half ago where I just did not have the patience to wait for all the bad guys to creep by and kill them one by one. And blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They all had machine guns, so I would just die and die and die and just be so frustrated. So finally, I was able to do it, and it was just like, I reached a breakthrough, and I just had to keep going. And it's what a game. Still at 11 years old at this point. I think it came out in 2009.
Did you play any of the newest one?
Not yet. I haven't.
Okay, so you're just kind of starting and going through them.
Yeah, but I'll give it a rest. I can't just, give myself
Right.
60, 80 hours of Batman. That might be too much.
Yeah, for sure. You just gotta stick with them though, because that last game was so good.
Yeah, but I loved everything about Arkham Asylum except for it seemed like the last fight with the Joker. Spoilers if nobody's played the game that's 11 years old.
Say it's pretty old.
It was a little bit of a letdown. It seemed like it was pretty simple compared to the other boss fights that you just encountered with Killer Croc, which is basically a puzzle that you have to not get lost in a maze, and then with Poison Ivy, where it's all just dodge rolling and timing and throwing your batarang, and then the Joker, you literally all you got to do is beat waves of guys, and then he turns his back on you and you throw a claw on his back and drag him down to the ground, and then he's stuck on the ground and you beat him up until a third of his health bar is gone. And you do that 3 times and the game's over. I'm just like, huh?
Is that the one where he gets juiced?
Yeah, exactly. He turns into like a giant roided
Bane.
out.
Yeah, it was a Bane
Fingers are all
version.
weird and long, and exactly. And so I did not go get the Riddler trophies because
Good choice, because if it's anything like the last game.
Yeah, so I
That's a
just went
nightmare.
ahead and watched a 50-second clip on YouTube and caught all the endings, which is, who cares? It's just, spoilers again, it's just the hand reaching up on a briefcase. It doesn't matter whose hand it is.
Dun.
So, but yeah, what a game still. 11 years old, and the combat system's great. The detective mode in it is been copied by pretty much every game since then.
Yeah.
I can't say enough good
Revolutionary.
things about it, but I hear there's one of these ones coming up that's just goes straight in the trash can. So I can't wait to find out which one that was. Sorry, it's been a long weekend.
The next game you're talking about?
Yeah, the next there's one of the Batman games that people don't care for,
I
but
think it's Arkham City. I think
Okay.
that's number 2. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
something about Batmobiles or something.
Yeah.
Well, there's
familiar.
also a lot of Batmobile in the last one, I think, too.
I like it so far.
I would
It's
say you-
Batman. It's a superhero game, so
You form your own opinion. You let us know.
exactly.
I
And-
remember enjoying. I remember enjoying all of them. I don't think I disliked them.
Right? And they're super cheap. I think I bought these 18 months ago for $30 total maybe, and they got to be less than that now, especially with rumors of a new Batman game being revealed within the weeks. So they've got to be going back on sale or some sort of remastered collection coming soon.
Right.
So if you haven't
Cool.
played these games, you need to,
Good deal.
in my opinion.
Do you think you're starting up Arkham City soon, or you are going to take a break? You think?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break. I'm just kind of jumping around and finishing up things. I think I need to finish up Far Cry. 4.
Which Far Cry?
Oh, wait, with
4?
5. The one
5?
with
Hope County.
Jacob or Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Colt. I think I'm good 2/3 of the way through that one.
That's one
So-
that I remember. One of the endings is horrible, and the other one's decent. So if you get
Yeah.
the horrible ending, just go to YouTube and be like,
I know
need to
how
fix
it ends
this.
either way because
Okay.
the game that came out after. So
"Oh, New Dawn," right?
remember the trailer pretty much just showed the ending of the last
Yeah.
game.
So I mean, they chose which one was canonically correct, anyways. So
Right.
whatever. That is
Yeah.
the better ending, though. In my
We all
opinion,
know
so.
it goes boom at the end.
Yes,
Whatever.
exactly. But that's how dumb.
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I'm gonna definitely go ahead and crush the rest of Dirt 4 because I'm having so much fun with it. And it's not such a big game like Forza is, where it
Right.
just feels like it's unattainable to beat everything.
Yeah.
Like there's, I want to say 4 or 5 different race classes, and then within those classes you have maybe 3 or 4 different licenses. And once you beat all those, you're done.
Okay. So yeah, that's not terrible.
Right. So I don't know. I'm having fun. Spending a lot of time with my children.
The perfect amount.
You bet. But there is one game I didn't play a lot of that I'd like to talk about real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Anybody get some double XP this weekend from Warzone?
I heard it wasn't really doubled.
Yeah, they kind of did the old Activision used car sales technique on us. People actually ran the math, and it looks like they gave the points rewarded, they cut them in half. So basically, you're just getting the same exact amount of XP.
They cut them in half, but then they doubled them,
Yeah, so
putting
it's
them
pretty
right
much.
back to where they were.
And so far, as of noon on Monday, I haven't heard anything from Activision. So if it gets loud enough, look for a quad XP weekend next weekend.
It'll finally be time for me to hop back in when they're offering quads,
Yeah,
gear
but
tip,
they just
tier
they
stick
just can't
progression.
stop themselves from doing people dirty. I don't get it.
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, at this point, no matter what they say, it's gonna be, oh, it was an accident. But I wonder if it
Sure.
truly was just
Yeah.
written incorrectly in the code or something, and they didn't
Come on,
realize
guys.
it.
These are all nerds that do nothing and sit in their bedrooms and do stat sheets about which guns do the most damage. And
Of course,
it's like
they're gonna figure it out.
catch any sort of thing that you're gonna try to pass by them.
That's true.
So
I don't disagree.
it's still fun though. We got a quads win, a 200 quads win last weekend or last week. It
Oh,
was pretty
nice.
cool.
I forgot they bumped it up to 200. That's
The
nuts.
beginning is insane, but after that, it just feels like the same game.
Feels normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they
Well,
still got the? If you get that respawn box, everyone can still
Yep.
come in.
The
Oh,
come at me,
gee.
bro, is what I call it.
Come
That's
at
our-
me,
That's
bro.
our, yeah, that's our new squad policy. Is if you're the last one alive, then you just got to go get that thing.
Go for
and
the
try to
most
stay
wanted.
alive. Yeah, and
Yep.
then either get in a vehicle and drive around, or just go find a hole in a stairwell somewhere. Because, dude, we got second last night because one of my buddies, Travis, just literally sat in the corner and just murked everybody that came up the stairwell. And we all popped back in as the final circle was switching positions.
You love to see it.
Nice.
Yeah. Feels a little cheap, but, whatever.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
And that
So-
map is so big that 200 probably actually isn't really that much. If everybody spread out, it would still feel pretty normal.
Yep. I think I've found my my normal drop spot
You found
now.
your docks?
Sure that- yeah, pretty much.
What is it?
Construction.
Okay.
The neighborhood, that's just by Promenade East, I think.
Yeah, I like where the all those houses that are like
Building all
halfway
the houses.
constructed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
it's a good
now it's
spot.
going to be full of people because all the people are listening right now.
Oh, great! They're all the stream snipers are gonna come find you.
Exactly. We're screwed. Find a new spot, boys.
All right, fair enough. All right, Chocolate. You're playing a Lego game. Are you playing a Lego game with your children? Or are you playing a Lego game for yourself? I'm not judging either way.
Well, my son, for some reason, my son's turned American. All he wants to do is play video games. I don't understand.
He heard about the 4th of July and how awesome it is, and he was like, "Dad, I'm gonna be American," and he said
Well,
it in his
damn,
American adult voice like
Drink
that.
beer, blow
He
stuff
does.
up.
It's strange, and he talks about his cavities. But anyway, besides the point, he gave me the controller. He said, "I want to play video games. This is tricky." Handed me the controller and wanted to play Marvel Lego, and I was like, "No, I don't want to play that game. That game's rubbish. Let's try this one."
No, that game's too hard. Okay, let's give it its
Oh,
dues. You just couldn't figure out the puzzles of a Lego game.
I tell you what, some of those puzzles busted my backside.
To be fair, yeah, I played the first
Put a
superheroes
guide up
game. It was
on your
rough.
phone, you'll be just fine.
Well, I tried, and then it's trying to nail. Like, what was the one? It was the bots that used to chase after the superheroes in X-Men. I couldn't remember the name of them, so I couldn't remember how to.
Big red robot guys.
Yeah, I couldn't remember how to kill or find out how to kill them. I worked it out in the end. But yeah, regardless, we took a sidestep. We went to play the Lego Ninja game, and it is probably the best Lego game I have played. They've seemed to have reworked the whole game, so no longer that you go from point A to B. There's a little bit of a story. There's no open world in this one, so it's a much more linear storyline, and it's fun, and it's ninjas, and there's
the Ninjago movies are pretty funny. Watch those with my nephew. Or is there just one of them? It might just be.
Is it one and there's a TV series?
Oh, that's what it is. There's a TV series as well.
So it's all got that. I haven't watched them, but it's got that humor, and you can see it coming out with the characters.
Agreed.
The playful kind of digs they have at each other.
Yeah.
But I've never seen. It's really hard to describe because I can't put onto words how they've changed it. So I've played all the old Lego games, which, let's be honest, it was revolutionary right at the beginning when you played the first two, and then as they progressed, they were the same trash.
Same
over
thing
and over
with
and
a
over.
different giant
Skin.
franchise skin on top of it.
Exactly.
I had to play through the whole Star Wars saga. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's bad.
Sorry.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Lego.
Sure was. I don't think we finished it. I think we got through like episode 6, maybe.
That's still
That's
pretty
still
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they kind of changed it when they got to the superhero one. When the new Star Wars game came out, there was a slight change in kind of the formula, and I just think they've made another step above in this one. And it's just, I want to actually play it now. Not, I don't really want to play it.
Is this the newest Lego game?
I think so. There's this one. There's the Lego Movie. Pass. I don't know which one's.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that would make sense because I don't think a different franchise has been thrown on top of it in a while since like Star Wars, obviously.
Yeah. So Star Wars is the latest or the last one.
DC Supervillains was the last one.
Oh, DC Supervillains. Yeah.
Oh God.
That was one.
But yeah, I'm definitely staying.
Incredibles too. Yeah.
I'm definitely staying away from kind of the superhero collectible open world because that's just so monotonous, and that you don't feel like you're progressing to try and find, Ant-Man and
you need to teach him a couple button combos and just have him in there playing Ultimate Alliance with you on your Switch, dude.
All right. Play with some of those DLC characters you paid for.
That is the way to do it. Have him level up the characters you don't care about just so they help you when they're AFK.
Have you seen the size of my son's head? I wouldn't be able to see the Switch while I'm playing with him.
Well, he's got to have a giant brain then, dude. He'll figure it out.
To level you up in all your games.
Or it's just a massive crash helmet.
Or
I did see that. Yeah, he does have a big head. Remember when you showed us the ponytail on the top of his head?
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's got a haircut just like me now, so it's
yeah, I'm due.
Finally not weighted down. It's lovely. But
I
yeah,
can't take it anymore.
Got to do it. I felt so. It's really weird. You get your haircut and you
Feel
all
like
of
a
a
new
sudden
man.
feel, and less dirty. It's like, oh,
I wake every morning and I look like Albert Einstein, dude. Like literally, all my hair is sticking straight up.
We should just start recording then.
Yeah, right.
Or you just shouldn't do anything to your hair before the podcast, please. Just leave it.
One day.
Yep.
We'll just send pictures.
Man. It's pretty disheveled, to say the least.
I think you should grow it out until episode 200 and then roll out of bed and just keep it.
All right, you negotiate with my wife.
She's probably not going to be very stoked.
Nah, she's had enough, I think. She's sick of me using her blow dryer and her hairbrush.
I can imagine you there.
Oh yeah, gotta get that, the right flow to it.
You can literally flick your hair around right now.
Oh yeah, I definitely can. It's time to go.
So yeah, Lego Ninjago. This is a good one then.
Yeah, and it was free, I think, wasn't it? Wasn't it part of the stay-at-home initiative right at the beginning of COVID?
Yeah, I picked it up, I believe.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't.
So
I don't think, but
it's definitely worth picking up.
I'll check it out.
Playing, it is fun. It is fun.
I did just
And
see
it's
my
easy enough
nephew.
for a 4-year-old to just be like, I don't know, Dad, here.
Right, exactly. I saw my nephew this weekend, and we were talking about Legos, and I was like, "Oh, you're not playing with the Marvel Legos and stuff?" And he loves Lego Ninjago apparently. So this would have been the one, and I could have grabbed it for free. Next time.
Next time.
Next time it's for free. I'm sure it'll be Games with Gold in like a year, and it'll just be another one of those months where like, oh, okay, Games with Gold was announced again. It's bad.
Yeah.
But it'll be good this time.
Series X.
That time either.
All right. I tried out another game this week called Crashlands. I think this is an older game. I don't even remember how I got turned on to this game. It must have been just through like a YouTube video of like people listing off games or something weird because I'd never heard of it. But Crashlands is a little isometric adventure kind of game, I want to say. You start on a ship and you're a courier. You're supposed to be delivering some stuff, and then this evil alien comes out of nowhere and he blows up your ship, and you end up crash landed, hence the name, on an alien planet. You're a robot. You have a little helper, like floaty robot thing that he just kind of like floats around with you, and he talks smack all the time. The humor in it between the main character and the little floating assistant man is very like Cartoon Network-y. What's the Adult Swim? That's what I would say. It's definitely got some like Adult Swim humor, which is good. But once you get down there, it's I didn't want to call it a survival game because you don't have it's okay. It's more of like a crafting game, and like that's it. You have like a health bar. You're chopping down trees, chopping down animals, and just crafting different things. I think the reason I checked this out, though, is because the dude that was reviewing it said that you can pick it up like on your Switch or on your PC for like $20 or whatever. But he said the way that he enjoys it the most is mobile. It's like the whole entire game. You buy it once. I think it was like $5 or $6 maybe. And the game translates super well because if you buy it on PC, you're essentially pointing and clicking. Which obviously on the phone you're literally just tapping the different things you need to do. Like you would tap an enemy and he would just start to attack it, and if you need to get out of the way you would just like double tap backwards or something so he jumps out of the way. Same thing with like attacking trees or like getting crafting materials. You would just click on it and your guy will go across the screen, harvest the stuff, and then you can go back to your base or whatever.
So it's almost like a RTS mobile game.
Yeah, kind of. And then I mean, the main point of the game is that you landed here and your main character is like just programmed that his only goal is to deliver these packages that he got shot down with. So you're kind of just going along, following the story, trying to craft enough components to build up a ship. So I'm early hours in it, but it's between the humor, the art style, and just the type of game it is. It's a fun little game, especially if you're looking for something on mobile. Like with the weather out right now and how bright cell phone screens can somehow get, it was a perfect thing to just kind of be like hanging out on the back deck when I can't see my Switch. Although the Switch is better than it used to be with that newer, upgraded model.
Yeah, I was about to say, my wife and daughters were all painting their nails out on the deck. And I went out there with the Switch to just check on turnip prices for Animal Crossing earlier. And this fan that I had never heard in my life turned on that thing.
Oh, because it was too hot?
I guess. And I literally just sat in the sun for like 14 seconds. And all of a sudden it just was like, wah. And I was like, where did that come from? And I was like holding the Switch up to my ear like, whoa. What?
We're overheating, Batman. I
guess it's good in the sun, but it's going to get hot on you.
I would say there's only so much heat that it can actually take. Maybe a nice sunny fall day you can play outside.
Yeah, exactly, but not too cold because it'll freeze the battery too.
That is funny though, because I was playing outside and I just had the dogs out and I went to go take a picture because they were doing something stupid, and my phone told me that it was too hot to use the camera.
Oh geez.
But I could still play the game and stuff. But when I actually touched my phone, like the screen, I was like, okay, this is pretty hot, but it's just I didn't notice it until I tried to take a picture, and the phone was just like, "No, this thing's almost on fire. We're not taking pictures right now." Like what?
There's a ton of computing power in about what 12 square inches here.
Yes, very small amount of space.
So we're lucky they don't blow up in our hands more often.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, Crashlands is a cool little game. Like it's it's a full-fledged game. Like I said, you can buy it on PC, you can buy it on your Switch, Xbox, everywhere. But
it's cheaper.
It does have a phone version, which is cheaper and plays actually like perfectly. It translates really well to like pointing and clicking with your finger.
So why not?
But yeah, it's good stuff.
Sounds cool.
All right, anything left? Some meat and potatoes. Anything that we've been playing that we got updates for? Moose, what's going on in Animal Crossing?
Stupid Lake cost me my streak in Red Dead. We'll see what the update is on Tuesday. I may be done with that game for a little while. I was at 32 days, I think.
Damn, dude. That
yeah,
sucks.
Saturday. It was just a rough one, and everything got taken care of, but video games apparently,
The
or
important
nothing.
thing.
I don't remember Saturday. Okay, so if we're being honest, started on a boat. That's all I know.
There you go. Oh, and you ended up in a bedroom, hopefully, not like at the bottom of a lake or anything.
No. Yeah, I definitely found a bed. I'm here, so
Fair.
we had life jackets. We wore them as diapers, but have you guys ever done that?
Flip upside down on accident and then just drown
you
yourself?
can literally just sit, like they turn into chairs.
Like you put your feet through where the arms go?
Yeah, and then strap it up around your waist and jump in the water, and it's
literally a diaper.
Yeah.
Huh.
I might try that.
It's amazing.
So if you wear one as a diaper and one the normal way, you can just...
Then you'll probably float on your back and not be able to move like a turtle, I would assume.
Just float forever.
But yeah, dude, if it floats you on the top half, it'll float you on the bottom half.
All right, fair.
Just a tip from hashtag Lake Life.
So...
I'm done with Lake Life, by the way.
Oh, God. Cool. So you missed out on some stuff.
Yeah, and then other meat and potatoes. There's new stuff in Animal Crossing.
Oh, what's going on?
You can swim.
What?
Yeah,
I don't have to use my pole to hop over rivers and stuff?
No, you still have to do that, but you can swim in the ocean.
Okay.
And you can swim around. Like there's probably, it like expands your area that you can go. Probably like, I don't know, maybe it doubles the size. So you can go like maybe a quarter the size of your island to the right, a quarter the size south.
Okay, right.
And then anywhere you see bubbles, you dive down and you can dig up like seaweed, scallops, different types of shells, all these different things that you can put into your library or your museum.
Right.
And then also sell or whatever. And then now there's this new character who's an otter. I forget what his name is. It's got to be like Ollie or something.
Ollie the otter.
Yeah. And he'll trade you special items for scallops. So any scallops that you collect, you can give to him, and he'll give you special things for it. So it's just a new thing to implement on the game.
Just more space to go and harvest things.
And you have to be wearing a wetsuit in order to get into the water. So now there's a whole new assortment of wardrobe and wetsuits.
For wetsuits, yeah.
So, it's still fun. And I bought some turnips yesterday, so
there you go.
We're checking it out. I need to get things in order. If I ever get a capture card, I should probably have an island that's presentable if I want to.
Have it ready to go if you're trying to do some type of show or something.
Exactly. So I've been doing a little bit of work here and there, and I've been playing another little soccer game on the Switch, but we'll talk about that when I'm better at it, because right now it's just frustrating.
Cool. Sounds good. Maybe I'll check it out too, because you told me to, and I completely forgot about it. I might have downloaded it, but it probably ended there. So just
1v1 me, bro.
1v1 me, bro. I can't because we share on there. But
I know.
All right, cool. You got anything, Chocolate?
So I did jump in for 2 games of Apex, but it's not even newsworthy. It was that bad.
Are you trying to get
real?
Say that again. Sorry, highlight reel. No, there was nothing. It was just me, my controller, and a lot of death. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm a little bit. I don't know what my battle royale should be.
Oh well, you just wait until the news coming up here. We might have a little something for you.
Yeah,
love it.
All right. All right. Well, hey, it is a Game Pass Roulette episode. So let's get into the game Pass Roulette. All right, so June was a Game Pass challenge month. So the game we were playing was Golf with Friends. We originally did this as a community play, and that's kind of what sparked doing this for this past month, because it was a ton of fun with the group. I think we had like 10 people at one point, and it was awesome.
Yeah, good fun.
So what we ended up doing was just picking a course. We picked Oasis, and then we said, hey, post your best round.
Yep.
Have at it. I don't think there's anything. You could have turned different things on, I guess, like the weird, which I didn't even know about the stuff. You could turn like rocket boosts and all that other like weird stuff on in the settings, but we were just playing like standard miniature golf. Best score wins. It started off all right, I guess.
Fairly competitive, right? Yeah.
It started off fairly competitive, yes. With some scores up in the
low hundreds.
Low.
That's why I think I posted the first score at like 106.
Yeah. Okay. So we started at like a 108.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Rocker was like, "Nah, bro, that's not gonna do it." So he cut it down to the double digits, and we were in the 90s. And then he came back and was like, "I can do better. Here's 60s." And at that point, it was kind of like, we might be in trouble here.
Yeah, we thought the writing was on the wall, right?
Yeah. And then I think at one point, 63. A 63 I put up, and I was like, all right, guys, I'm feeling safe. Yeah. Beat Rocker, and that's the main challenge here, the meat speed bump we need to get over.
Right.
And then I improved that score. I got it down into the 50s. So clearly we are holding on to our money, boys.
Yeah, it's good as safe.
Good as ours. And then
Rocker in chat says it all, basically.
And then hashtag
DanPod cheats.
Then hashtag DanPod cheats happened. We don't know how he did it, but
yeah, we do. He has a whole VOD of how he did it.
I was gonna say, funny enough, DanPod put up a 37. A 37. Yeah. And what he told us was, guys, there's only 4 strokes that I could have fixed here to make this a better score. So if anyone was going to beat him, you needed to just do those 4 holes a little more perfect. He literally posted the entire video of his whole round, and I was watching through it. And
the angles are so stupid.
Like
how many times did he do this in order to find that?
What happened multiple times is a hole would start, he would turn around 180 degrees, yes, and then just launch the ball off something behind. And I was like, what? Who thinks of these things?
Exactly.
Oh my God. But to be fair, if there was a person that was going to earn this $20, this man literally probably put 30 hours, like with a couple 8-hour sessions in there. So
less than $1 an hour, he was putting in work.
Yeah, like we just paid the dude $1 an hour to listen to that Oasis soundtrack for not like the band that makes real music, like the Egyptian weird bad terrible Oasis soundtrack.
It's basically like music that's in a lobby at a Vegas casino or something.
Yes, for tens of hours. So, I mean, Dan, good for you, man. That VOD was pretty incredible. I was thinking there'd be something in there that'd be like, I don't know, this is fishy, but that you literally crushed any doubts by posting the whole entire round, and you're absurd and ridiculous, and congratulations.
I think if he wins another one of these skins challenge, he's going to have to come to the dark side and be on our side, and everybody's going to have to beat DanPod in order to win our money.
That's what we're going to call it, and we're going to win money from DanPod.
Because at this point, he's basically on the payroll, is he not? He's won like 2 out of the last 3 that we've done.
Fishing, this one, I think. The downhill mountain biking one is the only one that I could hold on.
Right. And he still got that money because we just pushed it to this month.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's on the payroll and he's making more money than anybody else at this point.
Congrats, Dan. I'll reach out to you, get you your winnings. That's an incredible score. You literally almost halved all the numbers that we thought were decent.
About the time he got married and had a kid, he's got way too much time on it.
Needs to stop being furloughed and get back to work.
Exactly. Do something, sir.
All right.
Good job, Dan.
Yeah, congrats. We'll have another challenge month coming up in August.
Yes, sir.
But for July, we're going back to just the more traditional games. And the game that we're going to be playing this month is one that is coming out in a couple days if you're listening to this on the day the podcast drops. We're going to be playing Crosscode. And I'll just quickly read a synopsis here. A retro-inspired 2D action RPG set in the distant future. Crosscode combines 16-bit SNES-style graphics with butter-smooth physics, a fast-paced combat system, and engaging puzzle mechanics served with a gripping sci-fi story. I can contest, or yep. I agree with a lot of this because I recently just played a bunch of it. Well, I played my first hour of it, guys. I wasn't going to try to promote my stupid videos, but there it is.
You say you would concur?
I concur with all of these things. Yeah, contest. That would be the opposite. Yep.
Exactly.
I am not words. Yeah, so I did put out my first hour in Crosscode because it's currently in Game Pass for PC. This game came out in 2018. It was only on PC, but on July 9th, it's going to be coming out on Switch, PS4, and Xbox. But with
spoiler for games out.
Oh, sorry, Chocolate.
Well, Chocolate's job's done. See you next week, Bear.
Out.
But yeah, so July 9th. So you guys are gonna have to wait a couple days before you can start playing this, unless you're playing it on PC. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do a month of Crosscode. This is just a ARPG. The reviews I saw said that this game can last anywhere from like 80 to 160 hours or something. Jeez. Insane. What? It's a huge game. Like just a little bit I played, the amount of like leveling and different items that you can collect, and the story, it says, because it doesn't really say much about the story in that synopsis, it says a gripping sci-fi story. It reminds me a lot of Ready Player One, and I think that's exciting.
Oh, nice. Because
I know a lot of gamers are into the book and movie. But yeah, you're playing a character who, I don't remember the name of it's like the other worlds or something, is like where they go in their VR, and that's where like the MMO part of the game starts for your character there. It's doing a lot of interesting stuff. And yeah, I think people enjoy it. We'll post a trailer on Discord. We can also tweet one out or something. And we posted one in chat. Twitch.tv/CrossAtlanticGaming. Why aren't you here watching it live? Maybe because it's 4 p.m. on a Monday.
Hey, dude, it's 9 p.m. in the UK.
Yeah, that's true. All right, fair. Yeah, so Crosscode, you can download it on the 9th, or if you want to play it on PC, you can start a little early. I have no idea about cross-save, so might be a thing, might not be a thing. No idea. It seems like it should, right? Because it would both be through Game Pass, right? Oh, did we lose Moose? Oh, there he is.
So that was the wrong time for me to post a poll, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was. Everything, just make sure you put down a little marker to say that there was a weird bit of awkward silence there, and then I talked about it for a minute.
Okay, we'll do. 1:15. Got it, boss.
All right. So, yeah, that's Crosscode. That's your Game Pass Roulette game for July. So we'll keep you guys posted throughout the month, obviously, as well. But with that, let's get into some news. All right, Moose, do I have you here? My correspondent in the field.
Shall I?
Moose, come in.
I'm back.
Hey, there he is, folks.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Chocolate, just remember to timestamp all this stuff so I can edit it out.
Did everybody get dropped? Or
No, it's just you.
sorry about that.
All right, so we are in the news. How do you want to do this, Moose? I took care of the news this week because you had a real busy week. So do you just want me to go through it?
Yeah, or I could touch the headlines and you could fill me in.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I don't know if anybody's a fighting game friend, but the Evo tournament has been canceled for 2020.
Yep, that's just the big old fighting tournament.
Yep. Bring your 6-button game pads and get on down, but not this year.
But I think we all saw that coming. But
yeah, no
it's
doubt.
Official.
I'm surprised they're not trying to do anything online or anything.
I wonder if it's a latency thing, maybe, or something.
Right.
I have no idea. Because I would assume
or
those
even
are all
exactly. That's got to be it. Is latency because they're all hardwired into machines and.
Right, that
would
makes
make a lot more sense.
Because I feel like that's one genre of game where the latency makes such a huge difference. So,
and I think that's why everybody hated on Smash for so long. Is because the latency was just almost unplayable, wasn't it?
When it first came out? Yeah, because that like half a second is huge with fighting games, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, no Evo. Womp womp.
So yep, there's that. Got some news in Fortnite. What's going on in Fortnite, Risky?
Well, they finally took the beta tag off of it after 9,000 years of being a game. So
it's got to be at least 3 years, right?
Yeah. So now when you load up Fortnite, it doesn't say beta or anything. So when this all started, though, before like the Battle Royale genre blew up, they had that Save the World mode, which was like the Horde mode. And when this game left beta, it was supposed to be free to play. And that was the thing, which is weird because we all paid for it to be like beta testers, and now that game mode is not even launching now that it's out of beta, so that's just like gone.
So I just wasted all my money 3 or 4 years ago.
All your money is wasted. It's all
gosh.
I don't think you're getting refunds back from Epic. So,
but they got monies to do it.
That's true. There's also recently a trailer for Captain America being in the game, and then I saw a data mined picture of a fat Thor skin.
Oh, awesome.
From Endgame. So
the best.
I don't want to play Fortnite, but I kind of want a fat Thor skin. So yeah, I think they're having some type of event with some superheroes. I know they had like Aquaman last month, so they're just getting around.
Ooh-wee.
But yeah, that's Fortnite is no longer a beta. Woo.
I lost $40 4.5 years ago. I'm not happy about it. I'm sure I've made worse decisions with money.
Probably.
So Amazon's Crucible's headed back to beta, huh?
What a weird statement to have to make.
Right. Didn't it just come out like last week?
It came out
May 20th.
May 20th.
Okay.
So
felt like last week because it's COVID season.
Well, yeah, ain't that the truth? Which is like the perfect season to launch video games because everybody's just home.
Exactly.
But Crucible did not work out. So their current player base right now, the article I read said they were at like 126 concurrent players, like 126.
Oh my goodness.
Period.
Wow.
That's as bad as Cliffy B's last game, wasn't it?
Lawbreakers. Yeah. That game was eventually down to a point where they had enough to fill each side of a team, and that was it.
Yeah.
So this was Amazon's game, obviously, and what they're deciding to do is move it back into beta. If you had already purchased the game, you will become a beta player, in quotations.
Oh boy.
And
paid beta.
Yeah.
Got it.
And what they're trying to do is they just want to work more closely with the community that's still playing the game. They're going to do like weekly dev streams, like playing with the community and trying to get their feedback during matches and all that kind of there'll be like scheduled times where you can hop in, play with some of the devs and give them your feedback, which is cool. But it's such a congested market. Is like it was a first person shooter with or third person shooter it was a battle royale, like a small battle royale with like 12 people, and then there was a 13th person who could kind of mess with stuff. If you remember that,
right, yeah, what was that one? Where you had bows and arrows, and you had to craft
the
things.
melee game, and like one person was like the overseer / god.
Yeah, you hit people
could,
with
like,
shovels.
They could heal people. Yeah, it was a bunch of weird. It was kind of like that game, whatever the heck it was called.
Yeah, somebody in chat knows, I'm sure.
I can't think of it.
I'm trying to think of it. It just lost. I know the one you mean.
Yeah, but so yeah, it's gonna go back into beta. Hopefully, getting some feedback. Yes, Rocker in chat, the one with the E3 shoutcaster.
Yeah, the shoutcaster, exactly.
1000%. That's the game we're talking about. I can't think of the name of it though. Too funny. But yeah, so Crucible's going back into beta. And based off of the low numbers, they gave a shout out to all their players and said, "Hey guys, you should use the LFG feature in our official Discord if you're trying to find people to play with, because like people are queuing up and not getting games." So
single digit queues. Perfect.
Right, dude. So I think they're trying to do like just custom games through that or something. But yeah, it's kind of sad for them, I guess.
To be their that's their initial maiden voyage or whatever into the gaming industry, other than being Twitch.
The Darwin Project was the name.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Rocker.
Good call. Thanks, Rocker.
So yeah, we'll see what comes out on the other end of this when it's relaunched, I guess. Kind of like a Anthem 2.0 thing going on, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah. Paid beta.
Yeah.
Fun. We always love those.
My favorite.
Yeah. So Tencent is throwing some of that money around, are they? Opening another studio?
Yeah, they're opening their first American studio. It's going to be called Lightspeed LA. Obviously, it's nice that they chose a nice, cheap place to open up their first studio.
Yeah, right. One of the most expensive economies in the nation, but it's probably cheaper than, well, who knows?
I would say, but it's also Tencent who owns everything China. And all the monies.
Yeah.
So the studio is going to be called Lightspeed LA. It's going to be led by Rockstar veteran Steve Martin. He worked on GTA 5 and Red Dead 2. So
sweet.
Some cool stuff. And then their debut game is supposed to be a open world game for the Series X and PS5 for next gen.
Cool.
So
I'd like to have some competition to GTA 5 or GTA 6 or GTA Online, if whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Give them some competition so they get some fire under their butts.
I mean, and if there's one company that can put some dollars behind a development team and a studio.
Right. Exactly.
Tencent's got some money, so.
Don't they have like all the money?
Literally all the monies, yeah. So.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's that.
So yeah, we look forward to seeing what comes out of there. That won't be for probably 2 or 3 years though, huh?
I'd assume so.
Unless they've got stuff that they've been working on other places that they've moved over.
Yeah, that's true. If they are moving it over, who knows? We'll see. Ooh,
looks like
there you go.
Looks like video games are still popular on TV, huh?
Yeah, they're never gonna stop. So we got 2 new announcements this week. One of them is less of a sure thing than the other, and I'll start with that. My Friend Pedro. If you guys remember that, fantastic game with the talking banana,
just like a shooting banana.
it was like machine gun ballet
with a banana.
But this is all going to make much more sense in a second. So This is looking to be a rated R series from the writer and creator of John Wick.
Okay.
If you're going to have somebody who can choreograph some shooting scenes,
probably we know that the slow motion blood splatters will be fine, but
and
why do we need this right now?
And also in combination with the director of Deadpool 2. So
perfect. It's gonna have blood and witty banter. Can't wait.
Yep. It's being written at the moment. Production hasn't started, so obviously it's not being shopped.
Right.
Anywhere.
That's interesting, though. I can't wait to see what comes of this. If they keep it as a banana as the main, protagonist.
They literally said that's what it's a dude who wakes up in a butcher shop and is talking to a piece of fruit. So I'm assuming they're not straying far from the source material.
Can't wait.
Dude, I don't know. It could be. entertaining. It could be entertaining. Let's go with entertaining.
What else is coming to TV from video games?
Yeah, so this one's a little more concrete. This is a Fallout TV show. Amazon Studios on Twitch dropped a 23-second teaser for a Fallout TV series. It wasn't really anything more than just like Bethesda, and then like the please wait like intro screen thing that you'll
TV.
see. Yeah, the TV, the old school TV.
Yeah. With a little Pit Boy guy on it.
Yeah, exactly. Or I don't even know if the Pip-Boy is there, but yeah, it's like the old analog-looking TVs. And it was just a small teaser just to announce that they are doing something. And then the creator of Westworld, that's Jonathan Nolan, he's gonna be working on it. And then Todd Howard, obviously, and some people from Bethesda. So it's kind of nice when you have the game studio also working with the TV crew, so that the vision just kind of like lines up with exactly how like Todd Howard wants Fallout
and they don't just take a story and go completely in another direction with it. I'm like, wait, well, those are the characters, but I don't know that story. Right.
So that one's definitely coming. My friend Pedro, and that's going to be on Amazon, obviously, because Amazon Studios is the one that tweeted that. The My Friend Pedro thing might just be a pipe dream, but does have some exciting names writing it. So
yeah, sounds weird AF right now.
That'd be amazing.
I would watch it. At least the pilot. At least the pilot.
So speaking of Todd Howard and Fallout, they got a battle pass in 76 now.
Yeah, man. As does every other games as a service game. Like, this was only a matter of time before we got Fallout 76 seasons. So
somebody came into their staff meeting like, I got the best idea. Only 6 months later than everybody else. Exactly.
But why isn't there 76 tiers?
Yeah, that would be way better, wouldn't it? Chocolate, you get a job, sir.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I don't want to work full time. Thank you, sir.
I heard somebody's trying to make you work full time already.
Oh, no, tell me about it.
Oh boy. So they're gonna be doing just a pretty standard battle pass. It looks like it's gonna be 100 tiers. You get to earn score, which is their currency. Or like their XP gains, I guess.
That's original. Get score.
Well, it does. It is abbreviated, so it does stand for something. It's like
always,
S.C.O. Yeah, exactly. Typical Fallout.
Yeah,
fashion.
Everything's always an anagram.
Yep. Where was I? Yeah.
First season's free.
Yep, first season's going to be free. It actually started on June 30th, so it is already going, and it's going to go until mid-September at some point. So people can hop into this right now. You're going to earn that score I was talking about to go up the tiers in the Battle Pass by doing weekly and daily challenges, that kind of stuff. But then also, I think just the standard events that normally happen in the game. I'm not familiar with Fallout 76. I haven't played any of it, so I'm not positive. But the main thing to take away, I think, is that they're doing a season pass or a battle pass like everyone else. And this one's free, so you can get in, check it out. They did show off a couple of the skins that you can get for like your power armor that are in the battle pass. Some of them are actually pretty dope. Like ones I would have wanted to put on my power armor in Fallout 3 and 4. But I don't know. This news has me feeling like I might finally install this thing for the first time ever, and it's in Game Pass right now too. So
is it?
It might be on the. It might be on the 9th.
I don't see it. Okay.
I think it might drop the same day as Crosscode actually.
Gotcha. Because I don't see it in there as a quick search.
Okay. So yeah, in a couple days' time, it will be there. I've said a million times, I've got a hard copy in the shrink wrap up on the shelf. Yeah. So.
I was going to say, it makes perfect sense for them to come to Game Pass and introduce this thing at the same time. Get
everybody at a base level for free, and then
and then make them pay $20 at the end of Game Pass, and then start the microtransactions,
and then do the Battle Pass, right? So the stuff that's going to come out of the Battle Pass, it's mostly cosmetic stuff, but also in-game currency like caps and gold bullions, whatever.
You can use those to upgrade things, I assume.
Right. So I would assume people that have been playing Fallout 76 for a while, this is probably just a dope addition, especially since this first one's free.
And isn't there some sort of new update that's coming on right now too?
I think
Wasteland.
Yeah, Wastelanders. It's
So,
like a
yeah, it's where they added a bunch of NPCs into the game because I guess
Correct,
it
yeah.
felt pretty dead.
like a story
in the
basically to
world.
the game.
Yeah, it's just something to do besides hope you come across other players
Yeah,
at some point.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Might dabble in this week. And
It just shows you all these
report back.
games that have such ambitious worlds and open worlds. You just got to wait 3 years, and then the games are good.
and then they might
And they're
be
really
good.
cheap too.
We
Yeah,
don't want
they
to
might
say
be
it's good yet.
Right. Yeah.
Although we have
because I'm
people-
playing ESO and it's hard. I'm sorry. I guess you got to get to level 20 or 30, but I don't know if I'm up for that grind just to make it to where it is
To make
fun.
it where it's fun, right?
Yeah.
The 20
Enough.
hours you have to play before the game gets fun.
Exactly.
Not what I'm
It's-
looking for.
Yeah, I don't need to warm up. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
But yeah, that's Fallout 76. We might have a little more to talk about it next week. We'll see.
Sure. And if it stays in Game Pass for a while, we may have to, throw it for the roulette.
Ooh.
Ooh. And finally pay the copy I paid $60 for.
There you go.
Poor guy.
Whack whack.
Chocolate, you love paying the most money. You said it earlier.
Just
Yeah.
pretend it's an Elgato product.
Then I'm in. I'm all over
Sold.
76.
And later on in the news, we got more good news for you about spending money, Bear.
Yes.
So up next, we got a bunch of events coming up this month, Risky. Want to fill us in?
Yeah. So Devolver is doing their Devolver Direct. That's going to be July 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern. They're just going to be going over a bunch of their games, which my friend Pedro is a Devolver game. So there you go.
It's like a bunch of other weird stuff, and their
They do a lot of stuff.
E3 shows are always so
Weird.
I don't even want to say out of the box. They're just weird.
Well, it's because they do like a continual storyline from
Yeah,
conference
and
to
they
conference.
murder people in their office. And
It's worth checking out just for the
Yeah,
spectacle.
definitely. I will just Google last year's. It was insane.
It was. So this is probably a poor choice on Devolver's part, but Ubisoft Forward is going to be happening the same day at the same exact time, and this is one of the
What?
biggest publishers in video games.
Right. And they got Valhalla news, I'm sure. With
Yeah, they did a little sizzle reel. It was Valhalla stuff. It was Watch Dogs Legion stuff.
Yeah, Watch Dogs.
I feel like they have another one.
Another big. Well, they're not doing another
Legion.
Far Cry right now, are they?
No. I don't know. Another one. Either way, and that was just stuff in the sizzle reel. I'm sure they'll have.
Sure.
They're really good about the whole, and one more thing, and then showing
Right.
you Watch Dogs Legion at the very end of the show or something like that. So
Yeah.
tune into that. That's the one I would probably watch live, and then I'd go back and watch the Devolver Digital Direct thing, most likely.
We'll most likely post links to both of them in
We'll have
Discord too. So
Yep.
if you miss them,
And there'll be people
ahead.
chatting live if they're if people are actually doing it.
yeah. And people are pretty good about putting the spoiler bars up too. So
Yeah, if need
you're
be.
pretty safe.
Yep. And then later in the month, Summer Game Fest demo event is happening on the Xbox. That's going to be from July 21st through the 27th. You're going to be
Yeah.
able to demo some games that are currently in the works.
It was like over 50 games, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, I think so. A
That's
bunch
insane.
of them, though.
Yeah.
So this is kind of that thing that we've been talking about for a while, like bring the E3 demos to our homes for a week and let us play some of them while the conferences are going on.
Right. So hey, this is a PSA. If you have a data cap, just go ahead and shut the internet off now.
Yep.
Because the back half of the month is going to be heavy.
Gonna need to save it up.
Yes, sir.
But so right in the middle of all this, on July 23rd at noon, that's when the Xbox Game Showcase is going to happen. That's when they're going to be going over first-party games and whatnot. So I would expect big things from that, like seeing what Halo Infinite finally is.
Yeah.
Also,
Among other things that they're hopefully working on.
but hopefully a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, new stuff.
They got a lot of studios. Time to see
They got
some
lots
stuff.
of money, lots of studios, and plenty of time. Show me.
So I went back on a podcast and heard that they mentioned that they were meant to do 2020, or as they launched, what was last month? Not June, May.
Yeah.
They were meant to do one every month.
Yeah,
like
I thought so too.
Inside Xbox, and they missed June.
They just dropped like blog posts and stuff, and then they dropped that like 30-second smart delivery commercial, and that was the only thing that they dropped in June.
Yeah, June was very quiet, yet they did say they were going to preload the month with news. So I wonder why or what happened. Are we
Either
going to
that
get
or they
blown
saw Sony stuff and they're like, yeah, we're good. We can wait
Yeah,
till
well,
July.
But
could be.
wasn't the first party stuff always scheduled for July though? We had this conversation in Discord.
I thought so too. But it
did.
just felt like June was empty, and they touted, summer
June was supposed to be
2020.
something.
Right.
June was meant to be something, and
Some
it seemed
type
like
of
they
news
dropped it. It seemed like they dropped it hard. So
Either
there
that
was,
or they saw Sony's stuff and they're scrambling to,
could be that, yeah.
who knows,
I love how there's still this weird waiting game of like
right?
the price drops.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
there's
see
all this
there's
speculation.
there's a
Started
big
at what?
red button like in both headquarters
Yeah.
where they're just waiting to launch the price. It's like playing a game of
And
chicken to see who can wait the longest to actually hit it.
PlayStation's first miss quote was at like $800 or $900 to start with.
Yeah, dude, from like Play Asia, it was like $900 or $700 system or something.
Nonsense.
But the game's increasing to 70 though.
Oh, way to go! Ruin the news
Spoilers.
there.
Jeez.
Oh,
So why don't we wrap up the upcoming events real quick before we finish off the news?
Well, I mean that's really it. The Xbox showcase is July 23rd at noon. You can tune in, and that's Eastern. These are all Eastern times because I'm selfish. So yes, noon Eastern. The other ones were at 3 Eastern.
You should be able to figure out what time it is from Eastern.
There you
We're all
go.
mostly adults here.
For the most part.
Yeah.
There will be a pre-show an hour before the Summer Game Fest with Jeff Keighley. Obviously, it's his Summer Game Fest. So, yeah, tune into that. But speaking of price hikes,
I was gonna say, great segue, Bear. 2K21 was the first one to pull the trigger last week. They posted that they have a $60 version for old gen consoles, i.e., PS4 and Xbox One. But if you want the one that's going to convert over, it's going to be at least $70.
it's tough. You can't even be mad about it though.
No, it makes sense, dude. I remember back in the day, Super Nintendo games were $70.
Right. So yeah,
Like NBA Live 94 was $70 for that piece of crap.
so it starts here, and now I know other publishers are looking into also hiking up their games, $10.
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't surprise me at all if the standard price for AAA games going forward are going to be $70.
You look at, inflation and the amount, like, this is the way I look at video games. The amount that I would spend out doing something entertaining, i.e. dinner, drinks, movies, all that stuff. That's, the hours per entertainment that I get out of a video game, you get way more dollar per hour. So even at $70, you play a 80-hour game, the math makes sense.
Yeah. Or if you're like us, you buy games and then sometimes you never open them.
You never
and then
touch them and play them 4 years later when they're on sale for $5.
Exactly. But like when Chocolate finally checks out Fallout 76 this week, and he paid $60 and it's free now.
Right.
I'm just wondering about DLC and obviously all the add-ons that go with it. Will that increase as well? I hope it won't.
Like you might start seeing like $40 DLCs instead of like 20 or $30.
Yeah, you might be in the end paying $150 for a game. It's DLC.
Well, I know that their strategy I read somewhere is they want you to pay 3 times the amount as the original purchase is what they want is what their target of money they get out of you.
Yeah.
So say it's 70 games, they want you to pay by all said and done over $200 in that game.
Right.
So not looking good, Bear.
But so the last time we had a price hike in games was when it went from 50 to 60, and that was back in 05 and 06 when the Xbox 360 and the PS3 debuted. So
right, and they dropped drastically from Nintendo 64 to PlayStation and the original Xbox just because discs were so much cheaper to make than the cartridges, and that was the big reason to have these cost so much. But also gaming has expanded so much since 05, 06 that margin has been made up, if not exceeded by just sheer population.
Right.
So it's not like they're hurting for money. And also, things are going pretty much digital at this point. So do you guys think that we should get like, $5 off or something like that if you go all digital?
I would love that because I only
You're not
buy
right.
digital.
Yeah, at least at this point, you're not, your digital property is not even yours, really. You get your account banned, all those digital purchases are gone.
Yep.
See, I would
So-
just settle for the game being the same price, physical as digital, because at the moment it's not. Digital is normally slightly more expensive.
Is it really?
Yeah, over here it is.
Well,
We would.
I mean,
America,
with
we
new
have that.
games,
Yeah, new games.
I
New
think games go on
being the-
sale.
Oh yeah,
quicker.
because the brick and mortar stores are trying to give you a deal just to move products, right?
Yeah,
Right.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
yeah,
yeah, so
But yeah, I think that would also, be the nail in the coffin on GameStop.
Oh,
And
yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? If you got a digital discount,
well, that's what
who
even
would
just
buy physical copies other than hoarders and collectors? Or they're kind of interchangeable, right?
and even backing off software and looking at hardware, like if the PS5 all digital is like $100 less than the
Right,
normal
for a
one,
disc drive. See ya.
GameStop should shit its pants.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
People
or
are
they
gonna
should invest in carrying hard drives and become
hard
more
drives
of
and just like
a hardware
gift cards
company.
and
Exactly.
digital codes, and that's it.
Yeah.
but then you
Absolutely.
can pick all that up from
You need to
Amazon.
pick up every accessory, every
Pick it up without
attachment.
leaving the store.
Yeah, because the
your
Microsoft
house.
Store is going away. They need to kind of fill that void of the niche video gaming store that's not just trade in your crap, but come here because we have everything that you need specifically for that console. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that because Chaotic in chat said, personally, I will be going full digital. And I think like I'm on the same page, especially if that PlayStation all digital is literally $100 cheaper. Like there's no reason
Even
not to.
$50 cheaper. You're almost to a game.
You're right. It's like buying it with, yeah, I don't know.
Or you take that 50 or $100 and go put it towards a 5 gig hard drive.
I also wonder if you see smaller developers follow suit, like the $20 crosscode game you can buy on your Switch in a few days. Like, is that going to be $29.99 from now on instead of $19.99? Like, are you going to see indie titles go up too?
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know. Everything kind of finds its place in the market, or it doesn't sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. So we'll see. And
So,
then
but I don't think 70's anything to gripe about.
I don't think so. If anything, it'll make me maybe not be so compulsive.
When you're paying, what is it, $17 to go to a movie at 7 o'clock at night?
Yeah, or if you have a family like you and you have to buy 5 tickets, like
No, we don't go at 7 o'clock with a family, bro. We go at like
Fair.
4 in the afternoon.
get that matinee pricing.
Popcorn out of the trash can. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I don't. I lied.
No, that people throw away those buckets that have the refill sticker on the bottom all the time. You just pull them out, good as new. I'm kidding. Don't do that, especially during COVID season.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's disgusting even when it's not COVID season.
Popcorn is popcorn.
I guess. Now I completely lost my train of thought because you're talking about grabbing popcorn buckets out of the garbage.
You're welcome.
All
That
right.
was the price. I think we're done there.
I think we're good then, I guess.
Tell me about Hyperscape real quick.
All right, dope. Let's talk about Hyperscape. So if this didn't leak, which it did, this probably would have been at the Ubisoft event. The Ubisoft Forward event would have been the debut for Hyperscape. But this is Ubisoft throwing their hat into the ring of battle royales. And they put out a trailer for it, like a cinematic-y looking one. Then they put out some more informative ones, I want to say.
Like it just says the game explained on it on the
Okay, is that literally what the video is called? Super easy.
Yeah.
And that goes more in depth, and I'll kind of go over what we saw there. So this game is also currently, I should say, people are playing it. Like I think it was one of the highest streamed things on Twitch this past weekend because the beta testers were in there. You could sign up for that right through their website, and then you could also, if you watched streams of it and they had drops enabled, you could win codes to get into it as well. So
Okay.
there are a bunch of different ways to get into it, but they dropped some trailers for it. So this is going to be a free-to-play, 99 person, 3 per team, or you can play solos. So that is going to be an option. So it's 3 or 1, Battle Royale. The map, if you're familiar with the Warzone map, that's a 9x9 kilometer map. This is going to be 1x1. So super small compared to Warzone. But the difference here is that this is the whole entire map is like urban, and it's way more vertical. So there's going to be tall buildings. There's these jump pads that were everywhere, and then there's also double jumping. This is a super quick, fast-paced, frenetic shooter. Kind of like reminds you of like old school arena shooters like Quake, where you're just running and gunning the whole entire time. So I think it's going to feel a lot different than some of our current offerings. Like there's not going to be a lot of campers. Like I don't think there's just like a shed that you can open the door and then shut yourself in it and kind of wait, or like a bunker where you're just going to be aiming down sights.
Can't hide in the stairwell and shoot anybody that comes up it.
Yeah, exactly. As far as other things, yeah, you're going to be able to hold 2 weapons, kind of like Apex. A cool thing that you can do with your weapons, though, is if you pick up the same exact weapon, you can infuse the 2 weapons together. And you can do this 4 times, I guess, technically, to continuously level up the weapon until it's at like a level 5 of that weapon.
So does it take a level 1 to infuse every time?
So I don't know how that's gonna work. If you like find a level 2 on the ground, can you infuse it?
Take 2 level 2s to get to level 3, or does it? You know.
Right. Didn't explain that, so I'm not sure.
So, yeah. See, I took it as there was only level 1s everywhere, and as you kept getting the weapon, you would keep stepping up.
So then the question is, if somebody infused a gun up to like level 3, but then swapped out their guns for a new gun, is that gun just on the floor as like a level 3, or does it go back to 1?
Ooh. Who knows?
Interesting. Either way, I think it's a cool, a neat addition, I guess. Yeah. And with each infusion you do, we're talking about leveling up, and that's going to do things like increase magazine size. That's going to increase your damage numbers. And if the gun has a cooldown, it'll do things like shorten the cooldown duration. So it's going to be, instead of finding like a gold tier weapon, you're going to be finding the same weapons and then combining them, which is cool when you're in a squad, because one person's rolling with like an AK variant or something. I don't know what the actual weapons are going to be looking like. Probably futuristic and different.
Apex did, was it shield armor? When they had the levels every time.
Evo armor.
Your Evo armor, so it evolved.
Yeah. Right.
So it's kind of the same thing with the guns. That's pretty cool.
But like when you're rolling with a squad, if you know one person's using a certain gun, you're just going to be calling out those guns like for other people so they can infuse them, which is a cool aspect of it. So that's it. You have the 2 weapons, and then you also have, there's these things called hacks. So you get 2 of them, and they are things like, they're abilities essentially. So things like invis, teleportation, a wall, kind of like Mei from Overwatch, how she could do like the ice wall, so you can wall off areas. There was a mine, there's armor, and then my favorite one, you could just turn into a ball. You literally, your guy just turns into a ball, and you jump around as a ball, and I don't think you take damage. So it's kind of like
a hamster in Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's like a ground pound. There's a bunch of different ones, and they'll definitely be adding new ones. But it makes it so, unlike Apex, where you're gonna pick a hero based on their abilities, you're gonna be able to customize the abilities as you're playing the match. So you're not only looting for guns, you're also looting for these hacks to really create like the ideal character for you. Or if you get like further towards the end game, maybe the wall isn't going to be as important as like a ground pound late in the game or something like that. So it's a ton of variety. It looks like it plays way faster than anything out there right now. Just a whole bunch of jumping around and craziness. What else?
Looks cool. Looks like people can interact with you on Twitch.
Yeah, so there's Twitch integration where viewers can vote for events in game. Things like a low gravity, where just like gravity's like turned off for a little bit. A health pack event where there's more health packs everywhere, and a triple jump. I think those are the 3 right now. So everybody on the map would gain triple jump.
Oh wow!
And they're going to add. That's another thing. Like with these different modular things, they can kind of just add and subtract them as they want. They're easy things to change up the game. So yeah, that's a thing. And then the last thing there's a couple things.
There's a couple things, yeah.
There still is. There's a pinging system, which is pretty standard at this point, like Apex. So when you get killed in this game, you become a thing called an echo. Essentially, it's just you as a person that would be invisible. So like you're still playing like standard, like normally, but you're going to be able to go and make call outs for your team. So if you're in a 3v3 fight and you go down, you can just like sprint down the road and then look to see.
You can free roam your camera, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly.
We need that in other battle royale games, that somebody can just be dead and calling out where everybody else is.
Right, exactly. It's a free cam. You get a free cam after you die.
Right.
And then to get back into the game, if your team kills a person on their dead body, there's like a restore point, it's called. And then if they go to it, they bring you right back at that restore point. So
it's kind of like dodgeball, catch the ball and
get a player back.
Yeah,
it's a good way of keeping players still in, because I know when you play some battle royales, if you're out and no one saves you, you're out and you're kind of off and onto the next one. A penalty doesn't necessarily,
or you're waiting around until they have enough money to buy you back or something.
Yeah.
Or if you're like my squad, you ping that freaking buy station every 4 seconds. Just kidding, love you boys.
Buy station's over here. So yeah, that's super different. When you die, it just keeps everybody engaged, which is cool. The circle, it's not a circle. So like I said, this map is small and it's being broken up into 12 zones, which this is also kind of like the Darwin Project, if you remember. So these zones are going to start to, what happens is these little triangles start to get placed all over buildings and the floor, and it's just kind of eating away at the landscape. And then eventually the whole floor will just fall out. If that makes sense. Like it's getting like digitalized and then it disappears.
The game in Rocket League, where the floor falls out and you try to get the ball to go through the floor. Same kind of idea.
Yep, same idea.
I got you.
So the sectors are just going to kind of be dropping out one by one. They made it sound like the easiest way to do it is to open up your map and then ping where a safe zone is going to be, so your team has an actual point. Because you're not the only visual cue you're going to get is seeing the actual zone you're in start to like degrade with those triangles. And I keep bringing up triangles, and that sounds weird, but if you watch the videos for it, they're just like printed triangles that start to pop up all over the buildings, and then they disappear. So that's different. So the final circle is just going to be a final zone, and when you get there, they put this thing up called a crown. The crown is just going to be like in the center of the map where everybody can see it, and then in order to win the game, you either need to hold that crown for 45 seconds, and when you pick it up, everybody on the map knows exactly where you are. So you can pick up the crown, survive for 45 seconds, or like in a standard battle royale, just be the last team standing.
Yeah, it's like the "Come At Me, Bro" contract in Warzone.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. It's gonna be free to play, like I said. I'm not sure when it's coming out to console yet, but it is coming out to Xbox and PlayStation. So it's not a PC only thing.
First, or is
the PC beta? I think the beta was just for PC.
Gotcha.
So that's why everyone's seeing it on PC at the moment.
Right. Because all the streamers play on PC mostly.
Yep.
Got me intrigued.
Yeah, it looks if you're just looking at it, it looks like Apex, like a fast super.
It looks like Apex on Overwatch maps.
Because of how urban the environment is. You're not like
it's a lot smaller and things are
running through open fields. Like that's not going to be a thing. So,
but you can vault up over buildings, and there's different ways to access the different shoot areas.
This is going to be a game where if you've gotten good with those back paddles on your Elite controller, being able to jump and look around to shoot at people at the same time, start practicing now.
I was gonna say, if you haven't,
there you go, Bear.
Time, no reason to have those paddles if you're not using them. I only took me like 6 months.
Yep.
Risky telling me the same thing.
Bear has all 4 of them on the back of his Elite controller. I don't know how you accidentally don't hit.
Yeah, how those. Do you? Yeah, but they're like all share buttons, aren't they? That's why he collects so many clips, because he's recording clips.
I've changed it now. I've got jump and duck, and I don't know what the other 2 are.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people go with duck for their second paddle. I always
Yeah.
go with X, which is reload and open crates and
Yeah,
stuff.
same.
I think that's my other paddle. So I think it's I've got A and B here, and then it's open paddle, and I've got X, and I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, I got fat fingers. I can only do 2 paddles on the
Shopa
back
got
where
me
I
into
just start
this.
hitting buttons.
As far as like the ducking thing goes, Shopa got me into using the thumbstick to duck instead of
push it
melee,
in. Yeah.
Oh,
and now I
Halo
can't
D
stop
is your
doing
melee.
it. What'd you
Well, I
say?
have the problem playing in Warzone that I literally just mash my left thumbstick in all the time, whether I'm sprinting or not. And it just, I think I'm getting arthritis in my thumb from it at this point. But what I wanted to ask you, Chocolate, was with this new game coming out and seeming almost fast or faster than Warzone, is Apex going to need some sort of turbocharge rehaul in order to keep up with these games? Because it feels like I'm running in mud with that game.
yeah. Do you know what did I say? Last week I played it first time in, I think 3 or 4 weeks. I think I'm off Apex. I think if this comes out, this seems
Right.
very much like, I don't want to say Valorant, but a tiny bit like a Valorant style
Yeah.
in aesthetics.
Aesthetically, yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're very similar.
However, because we're very atypical on what we play and how we play. I think certain people are going to be. I'm Apex only. I'm COD only. I think you'll get a few that will try it, and unless there's a really good kind of trying to figure out catch for them,
Yeah,
I
some
can't
type
see
of
them
hook,
staying.
right?
There needs to be a big because
Apex just needs a turbocharge. I think that's it. They just need to speed everything up.
Give me a hoverboard.
No, just like double the frames per second on every animation or something. I don't know.
well, it's when you Gibraltar, it feels like you're running in mud. That guy is
Dude,
slow.
like, after playing Warzone for so long, it just like this game is so damn slow.
I need to try. I need to get back on Warzone and try it.
Or you can just wait for Hyperscape. Maybe you'll fall in love again. We'll have a Hyperscape legend.
There's a lot of times there's only 3 of us in a party. When you wake up in the morning, all you gotta do is jump in.
Okay, Moose. Tomorrow I'm trying to work out the time. 7 hours time, I'll be there.
Just make sure you can get yourself to construction. So start practicing.
No, I'll meet you there.
That's where we go, no matter what.
He'll
So,
get there eventually.
yeah,
Yeah, or I'll be
vehicle,
dead.
helicopter, whatever way. Just we'll be there.
I would say either you'll all be dead or he will die on the way there, and then
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's a rule: if you're the last person alive, you got to go get the king contract.
Yeah, that's all right. Just let me know where it is. I'll get it.
Perfect.
yeah, Hyperscape looks dope though. I'm definitely excited to check it out, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it a lot once it hits Xbox, because I'm not about to try to play it on PC and get murdered.
Right. So that's pretty sweet. One last thing that I saw, new xCloud controller is coming out in September. So this is a 8-bit Do collab with Microsoft, and they're bringing a little miniature Xbox controller that'll go anywhere with you. It's Bluetooth and compatible with iOS and Android. It's got a built-in rechargeable battery that'll last up to 18 hours. The phone clip is included, and it's available on Amazon for pre-order right now for $44.99. So that is not a bad deal.
No,
Do you think I can
How
click
much
on the
did you
link?
pay for that xCloud contraption you bought, Risky?
$80.
Yeah.
I still use it though.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different. This
And
one
it's-
is kind of a miniature controller that sits right in front, and then the screen clips to it. So
Yeah, it's more like the traditional, like the clip you can just buy for an Xbox controller, and that would be my only argument here is why not just
Right.
buy the clip and use an Xbox controller. But if you're
18-hour
trying,
battery life's pretty dope.
that's long. I don't know. I like it because I like the Jungle Cat just because it's kind of like just turns it into a Switch essentially. So it's
Sure.
just the layout. I enjoy it, but I like the way these controllers look because it looks like an SNES controller. It's kind of how I thought it looked,
Yeah, definitely.
like a little bit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Good vibe there. I like it.
Yep. And 8-bit do does good stuff usually. So
Right. Yeah, it's not junk like Ori. Is that those stupid
Ori,
controllers?
yeah.
One? Yes.
That's when I bought I bought a PlayStation controller that had the offset sticks like an Xbox controller, and that thing was a hunk. That thing made me like the DualShock 4 way more than I used to. Was trying to play with that piece of garbage.
So, yep, that's I think what we got in the news today. I was going to say something else about the new Breath of the Wild, but as I'm looking now, I see retractments and saying it was just a joke. So, never mind.
Stay tuned next week.
Yeah, that's
maybe
for this week, boys.
All right. Rip up that paper from those news articles that you didn't write. All right.
Wasting paper for Rocker's sake. No big deal.
He better be in chat yelling paper.
What we do
rip.
for our patrons.
All right. Chocolate, what do we got coming out this week?
Right. So this is going to be strange. So bear with me. 8th of July, Crosscode is coming out for the Xbox and PlayStation. And then on the 9th of July, it's out on the Switch.
Okay, so it's the 8th, not the 9th.
And it's also in Game Pass, and it's also our Game Pass Roulette Game of the Month.
Yeah. If you look on the Switch thing, they do have a different date for it, which is weird.
I'm going to be truthful here, and that's why I got logged out earlier. It's because I went into the Xbox store and started downloading Crosscode on my PC, and all of a sudden it just cut me out of the podcast. So apologies.
You know what's funny? As soon as I saw this was coming to Switch, even though I already knew that it was going to be free on 2 different platforms for me, I was like, I should probably buy the $20 version so I can play it on the Switch.
You should, because it would save me $20.
I didn't buy it yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Dude, I got a $50 hole burning in my pocket of e-credit. I actually activated the code the other day, so it's just sitting there.
So it's there.
Yep.
All right, what else is coming out there?
July 10th, we have F1 2020 on the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. We have NASCAR Heat 5, and that's on the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Far too many racing games.
Yep.
Sword Art Online on the PlayStation. We also have, oh god, hang on, put my teeth back in. Soldier Warfare on the PC. And then Bloodstained coming out on, why did I miss one? I missed some of Bloodstained. Bloodstained on the Switch, on the Xbox, and the PlayStation.
Is it an expansion to
Believe
came out last year?
Yeah, I believe so.
I was gonna say Bloodstained is definitely already out.
Yeah, I think they have new DLC or something that's coming out.
Okay. Yeah, I missed the full name of it, so that's why I was a bit confused. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do we have anything new coming to Game Pass?
Of course we do. We have Soul Calibur. And I meant to ask you guys, is that 6 or is that 4?
That's a 6.
Cool. Soul Calibur 6. And that's out now.
What did they teach you guys in school over there, man?
Listen, I hardly went to school, so let's be honest. And then we had Crosscode coming out soon, which we said on the 8th. And then we have Fallout 76 Wastelanders, and that's coming out on PC as well. And then we have OOTP 21 on the PC. And for everyone else, that's just some sort of sim baseball game. So just think Football Manager.
Yeah, it looks like Football Manager, except for baseball. I can't think of a more boring game to try to play.
I was like, why didn't we do this for Game Pass Roulette?
Because we want at least someone else to play the Game Pass games.
You don't care about beer and hot dog prices? Whatever.
I was going to say, if they come out in the game, I'm all in.
Oh my god.
But we have some sad news leaving Game Pass, so get your 20% off now. Blazing Chrome, Dead Rising 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, Time Spinner, Unvowed, and Undertale. And those games are leaving.
I've never played Metal Gear Solid 5, but I hear it's a really big game.
Yeah, dude.
It's probably super cheap right now if you want to pick it up before it leaves Game Pass.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5. Dead Rising 4 is good. Time Spinner was good.
Yeah.
Undertale, everybody loved.
Chrome is
I couldn't
literally just Contra. It was an ode to Contra. So, yeah. All these games, you got, 10 days or so? Less than that?
Yeah, well, I always say it's the end of the month. I don't.
Oh,
it never gives you a date, and then all of a sudden, as you say, halfway through the month.
I was watching a streamer the other night, and he was all stoked to play one of the games that they're underground. What is it? The subway games?
Metro
Exodus, I think. And it was literally like July 1st, and they dropped it off Game Pass June 30th. And he's like, well, looks like I'm buying it. It was pretty funny.
Missed it
definitely pay attention to those dates, because he could have saved himself 20%.
Wow.
Yeah. Should listen to the podcast.
There you go.
That's right. Maybe I'll drop him a link next time in his stream.
Hey, I have this really informative podcast that may or may not give you the correct dates for certain things.
Not so much us, just Chocolate Bear. You got to listen to him. It's the important stuff.
Yep. Speaking of important stuff, Chocolate Bear, is there anything else?
That's it. That is it. I've gone through all the new games for Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus last week. So catch that episode.
We good.
Nailed it.
And we made it under 2 hours.
Well,
I would say it was a decent week for news. There was a decent amount of stuff happening.
yeah.
I gotta hurry up and get out of here so I can start up some Fallout 76. Woo! All right.
Don't get too far though, because that's it might be Game Pass Roulette.
We'll see. All right, let's plug this thing up. Streamerlinks.com/CAG podcast. That has links for everything in the world that has to do with Cross Atlantic Gaming. So go there first. Discord. That's where we all hang out every single day. We're all chatting about whatever's going on. We've got the Game Pass channels. We've got the mailbag channels. All that fun stuff. Make sure you rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the show, next week is our VIP episode. So if you want to get in on the drawing for that, you either need to head to patreon.com/CAG podcast, become a patron there, or if you have a Twitch Prime subscription or just a normal subscription, twitch.tv/Cross Atlantic Gaming. If you sub there and you sub on Patreon, boom, buy 2, get 1 free.
3.
That's 3 drawings.
Bonus drawing
Right through there. And then obviously we always want to shout out our top tier contributors on Patreon. Chaotic, he's in chat. Thank you, sir. As always, thank you for posting every single one of those links we just talked about in the chat right now.
Thanks for modding and banning all those naughty words today.
I just watched I think it's because I started the chat with exclamation point boobs and it didn't do anything. And then he just started to ban a bunch
he's
of
like,
words.
we'll just go ahead and take care of all these words real quick.
That's my bad.
Appreciate you, buddy, for many reasons.
Yep. If you want to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, we are at CAG Podcast. And then lastly, if you need to reach out via email for anything, cagpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm at Risky the Kid everywhere. Chocolate, how about you?
Chocolate Bear 80 everywhere.
And Moose.
I'm Moosenstein 8314 all places.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
Peace.
Later.
Who's got the dad jokes?
I'm going with ice cream jokes this month.
Hey, it makes sense. It's a good month for it.
Yeah, buddy. So, let's start with this one. How come the ice cream truck broke down?
I don't know.
Go on.
Because of the rocky road.
Oh.
Got him.
That's a type of ice cream.
I've got one, Moose, you might like.
Okay.
When does a regular joke become a dad joke?
How?
Or when? When it's fully grown.
You ruined it, Bear.
I did, but you said how, not
When are you going to fully grown that beard?
Oh, you son.
Just right, mainly this area right here.
Well, just the kind of the patch I've got just there.
What
Where do you learn
generation?
how to make ice cream?
What was it?
Where do you learn how to make ice cream?
I don't know.
Sunday school.
That was easy. Damn it. I definitely could have ruined that one.
Yeah,
What
bro.
generation likes fireworks the most?
Who?
The boomer generation.
No.
Yeah, because they're old. Wait. No, that's probably not true.
All right.
I've got no more. I'm done.
Great work, everybody.
Okay, I got one more. What do you call a metalhead that works at Stone Cold Ice Cream?
No, that's too cool.
I don't know.
Go on.
Alice Scooper. All right, that's it. Sorry.
I don't like it.
I got a whole page of them here. Can't wait.
I don't. Are you just doing ice cream jokes all month?
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning.
Oh, you did say that.
Nobody listens to me. I get it. At least it's on record.
Sorry, what did you say?
So, all right. See you, boys.
Something about ice cream.
See you next week.
And he's gone. Don't leave yet, because then my name just pops up on the stupid screen.
I know. And your address and phone number.
Thanks, Twitch peeps, Rocker, Chaotic. Who else was in there? Rocker and Chaotic.
Trey was there.
Ronan, Trey, everybody.
Right. Yeah, Ronan, Trey.
Much love, friends. Chava,
Appreciate you guys.
I'm gonna throw up an end card here for you. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, boys.
Can't wait to download 2 hours of this.